Hi Virgo, I'm Pam and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for July 2015. Happy 4th of July to my USA friends out there. This month I decided to use the Aquarian Tarot deck by David Palladini. This is the same deck of cards I used in the mid-month June reading. And at the end of this month, instead of doing my usual angel card at the end, I've decided to use this crystal, this natural crystal that I use in my private readings to see what messages I can get for you for this month of July. Now, Virgo, I also want to remind you, this is a general reading, so to get a reading specifically for you, you would need a private reading. If you would like to gain more insight and information, please be sure to watch your rising sign and or your moon sign videos if this month's sun sign video is not making sense for you. So I have posted a link below. All you need to do is add in your birth information, but you must have your birth time to be able to get your rising sign information. So this month, Virgo, I'm actually going to be shuffling the cards for you on camera so that we're seeing the cards show up at exactly the same time. So this reading is for Virgo, July 2015. Okay, Spirit Guides, come to me now and show me what's in the cards for Virgos for July 2015. What's going on for Virgo? Okay, Virgo, the first card you have that shows up today for your July 2015 reading with the Lucky Mermaid, you have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups to me is a card that would symbolize a water sign male. This would either be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. That could be his sun sign, his rising sign, or his moon sign. And the King of Cups is somebody that's usually very gregarious, outgoing, friendly. People usually like him. He can be a good storyteller, a real jokester. He's somebody that can have deep feelings and deep emotions for you and be very loving and sentimental and giving. He's also like pretty practical. Like he's good with getting plans and things organized and together. He's a bit of a dreamer. He has a lot of interesting thoughts and visions going on in his mind. But if he's operating from the negative side of the King of Cups, he could be somebody that is really gives you emotions and shows you love and attention and emotions, and then he can pull it back. And then he can come forward with it again and he can pull it back. So his emotional side can be very unstable with where he wants to place his feelings and emotions if he's operating from the negative side of the King of Cups. And he's also going to be affected strongly by the cycles of the moon and the tide cycles as well. I feel some of you are having an ongoing struggle in your heart and in your mind about this guy. Now, I want to say here, it could be a Queen of Cups. It could be a female here just taking on the more masculine traits. That's why they could be showing up as the king. So don't be thrown just because it's the King of Cups here. So I feel you Virgos out there are struggling between your heart and your mind on what to do with this King of Cups. And I feel you're wondering about him and you're like kind of getting into a tizzy about him. Like it's making you all like crazy in your mind. I feel some of you are like going around and around, like doing loops in your head about like you don't know what to make of him. Because I'm getting like he seems like one thing or one way and then he seems like another. So I feel like he's giving you like two faces to look at. Like which King of Cups am I dealing with today? You know, almost like I don't want to say Jekyll Hyde because it's not quite that, but I feel like you're getting two mixed messages here from this King of Cups, whether it's a female King of Cups or a male King of Cups. Either way, I feel like you're getting mixed signals or mixed messages, and I feel like this King of Cups is causing you confusion. Because I feel like you, on one hand, you see a real lack of sympathy and emotion coming from him, which I feel really bothers you down to your core, because you yourself tend to have a soft heart and a sympathetic kind of nature and empathy for people. And I'm kind of surprised that the King of Cups here is not showing you that, although any sign can have traits like that. It's like not like any sign is excluded. Especially because you got to know what their moon sign is, because the moon is where your emotions lie. So I don't know, but it's coming up here that you're disturbed by his lack of empathy, sympathy, or emotions about and sensitivity. I do feel that you are experiencing from him or her, depending on who, of reeling you in and pulling you back out. I do get that. That is happening for you Virgos with this King of Cups. And I feel like he's trying to manipulate you or control you, or manipulate situations and control situations that you are both in. I feel there's problems circling around this man. And I actually feel he comes up first as a man to me, really. It still could be female, but I really feel he's more male. And I do feel he has some alcohol issues, which I forgot to mention. That can come up with King of Cups. It can be the case. And I do feel that he may have been in rehab. If it wasn't rehab for alcohol, it could have been for something else. It could have been some other kind of addiction, gambling or drugs or sexual addiction. It could have been anything. It's just, there's been something going on with this guy. And I feel like also in your dealings with him, he's put you in the driver's seat, and then he's tried to yank you out of the driver's seat. And then he puts you in the driver's seat, and then he pulls you away from the driver's seat. I feel like he's done that with you as well. For some of you, he's your spouse. For some of you, he's a love mate partner. For some of you, he's a father. I feel he's way more male than female. They're not even referencing female in any of the messages I'm hearing. Still doesn't mean he couldn't be female, but to me, he really, really is coming up as male by what they're saying. Some of you are either going to divorce him or leave dealing with him, or you already are divorced from him. You could be dealing with your ex here. This could be an ex to you that's still infiltrating your life in some way. And I do feel that some of you Virgos really feel like you want him to stop bothering you. I feel like he's somebody that's complaining a lot to you, or he's just what he's doing and his behaviors are bothering you, because I get that you want him to stop bothering you. I hear that the best way to deal with him is that you're going to have to tell him, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Your problems can't be my problems. I feel you're going to have to tell him that, because I wanted to see what would be a good message to help you, and like what advice could I give you here? And my guide said that the only advice they're given at this juncture is you're going to have to tell him, hey, I'm letting you in on this. Your problems aren't my problems. You're going to have to confront it, basically. I feel like you're going to do it for the most part in a nice way, but I feel like you have to be direct. I feel there's a real undercurrent and undertone of jealousy around him. So he may be jealous of you, or jealous about you, or jealous over you. If you have moved on to somebody else and he's an ex, he could be jealous that you've moved on. Or he could just be jealous if you've moved on and your life is okay and going well and his is still a rattle-trap mess. He could be jealous over that. I mean, it could be anything here, but jealousy does come up here with this King of Cups. Now, the next card you have in this layout today, you have the Emperor, And the Emperor is a card to me that symbolizes a paternal figure that's crossed over on the other side. This would either be a great-grandfather, a grandfather, a father, a stepfather, or someone that was like a father figure to you. I'm hearing you need to be more proactive in the choices that you make. And don't let people rattle you. Try to keep your boundaries up and your guard up. Not let people and their issues and their problems come in and infiltrate your life so much. I feel like many of you Virgos, this is not a criticism. I just feel because it's your nature. And a lot of signs and people are like this. It's not just Virgos, but I feel like you're really greatly affected by other people and their issues and problems, especially when they're like coming at you about it. I feel like you tend to get involved with other people and their problems, maybe because you're trying to help them. In many cases, you want to solve their problem or help them, but it ends up causing you a lot of disruption and pain. And I feel like this is some of the things that your father figure from the Emperor is trying to, warn you of. The Emperor is somebody that he's guarding you and protecting you and guiding you for a few things there. And the other thing he does is he drops ideas and inspirations in your head out of nowhere. So many times you feel like it's your thought, like a sudden idea drops in your head and you're like, oh, where'd that idea come from? Sometimes it's coming from this Emperor is doing it. I feel that many of you Virgos are going to have a new marriage partner or a new love partner, and that you're going to be separating yourself from this situation. So again, I go back. I feel for many of you, this King of Cups actually is symbolizing or representing somebody you're either married to or in a love mate partnership with right now, or they're your ex. Because it's coming up through this card, they're talking about a new love mate, marriage partnership kind of thing coming for you or happening soon. I feel that you're going through a big, strong realization period of what you've loved and lost. I feel that that's a lot of what's happening here for some of you Virgos. And if you're still connected or married to him, I do hear that you're going to be stepping out and away from these issues and problems and stepping away from this relationship. So if you're still bound legally or connected to him, living with him, married to him, in a partnership arrangement with him, whatever, I feel that you're realizing, you're going through this like awakening realization period, and you're going to be moving away from this man. I feel July is a lot for you about recouping your losses and moving on to the next step. That's what July is about for Virgos. And I'm also hearing this is a month for you to start getting over, like to stop brooding over the past. If you've been doing any brooding or ruminating or, going round and round and about your past, whatever it is, past loves, past hurts, whatever, July is the month to like clear it out, be done with it, get past it. It's like, review what's happened, cut your losses, realize, what you've loved and what you've lost, and now you're done with going round and round about it and moving on. I feel like July is a big turning the corner month for you in regard to that. I feel for many of you Virgos, this is also to get you prepared for what's going to happen to you in the next 7 to 8 months time frame, because I'm seeing you sitting pretty in another situation. Some of you are going to be living in a new home, in a new state, in a new house. Like what I'm just saying, new house, new state, new home, whatever you want to say, like, and quite different. You're not going to be where you were. They're saying like 8 months from now, it's going to be a whole new ball of wax forming, a whole new picture forming for you. And I feel that this month is a lot about letting go of what you could not control. And I feel some of you Virgos really feel like you've been waiting and biding your time because you didn't have all the tools and knowledge that you needed. So you've been waiting and biding your time, but I feel like things are starting to shape and form in your life now. Things are starting to come together. They're talking about you're entering a phase where it's like you're creating or recreating a blueprint of your life. And you're creating it. It's by your design, by your thoughts, by your will, by your intentions. Again, I've brought it up in other videos, and I'm going to bring it up here. I know many of you Virgos know all about it. The law of attraction. I feel that you are going to start looking into it, reading about it, watching videos on it, and practicing it. And I feel that you are going to be making the blueprint of your life happen now. I feel that it's odd. It doesn't sound like it's a crucial month for what I'm saying here, but I actually feel it's tremendously crucial on an internal level for you, emotionally and mentally. I feel like it's a crucial time and a turning point to be done with situations and circumstances that you need to get away from and move past, and planning out the next, making the map or blueprint of what you're going to do next. And it is going to start happening and coming together for you. Now, at the crowning your reading position, you have the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is a card to me that symbolizes, usually it's about a particular situation to me. I read this usually like, okay, what do we think about this situation? How does it affect everyone around us? And did it go in our favor? Usually, many of you may notice I don't read the cards upside down. I know I've tried that. Sometimes I can read them either way, but my guides are going to talk to me right up or upside down. It doesn't matter. I'm going to still hear the same messages. So I like to look at the cards right side up and read them because my guides are going to talk to me. So they'll tell me whether the card's right side up or upside down, whether the judgment is going to affect you in a positive way or negative way. I don't have to read it upside down. I feel many of you are going to make a huge diplomatic move. I also hear there are some Virgos that are going to win the lottery, which I hate to say that because I don't like saying that. I just don't. It's not that I don't want to see you win. I feel like it's a weird thing to say, but it is coming up here because sometimes I get that somebody's going to win something like a contest or some event or a prize. I don't usually hear the lottery, but please write me and let me know and, tell me how you made out because I do feel, hey, you could win the scratch-off lottery and win $5. I mean, I don't want you to think it's millions, but I get some of you are going to win a lottery, but that's not the only message that came up there. I feel some of you Virgos are going to start finalizing plans on something to do with a new home. And I feel that this is either purchasing a new home in a new location, or it comes up first to me as breaking ground, like finalizing plans. Actually, blueprints comes up again, like architectural design plans. You finalizing those or finalizing deals for, where you're going to build a house. I feel some of you are going to be building your own home. I do feel many of you Virgos are going to find yourself where new people are going to come into play now. So I feel that you're going to be formulating new friendships, not just new romantic partnerships, but also new friendships, dealing with new groups, new people that you're going to be working with or creating friendships with, whether it's through work or if you're a non-working Virgo, it could be through civic groups and associations. It could be from meetup groups that you're going to attend. It could be through, it does seem like in group related, because I'm not seeing it like one friend. I'm seeing like, a couple people here. You could be, joining different kinds of clubs or events or groups, and I feel that you're going to be making friends. Some of you are going to be making new friends through work. Sometimes they say some surprising phrases. I can't even repeat what they just said to me because it wouldn't be right to put it on YouTube. But they said, some of you Virgos that are mad at the place that you've worked, where you've been treated badly or unfairly, are going to say, see ya to that job. And that's not what they said. It meant that, but that isn't what they said exactly. So the way they said it indicates to me that some of you Virgos are really angry about a place that you've worked, because I feel like you're going to go like out with a bang, with a fanfare of goodbye. Let's put it that way. So that's coming up for some of you Virgos as well. And I don't feel like those of you that do leave your job in that kind of a whooshy fanfare, I feel that in 1 month, you'll be in another job. So many of you may have already had the other job lined up, and that's why you exit in the manner in which you do. But I feel if you leave and you don't have the next job lined up, I feel like in 1 month, either way, you Virgos that are working and leaving a job that you don't like, I feel that you will be employed within a month. I feel any of you Virgos that are non-working, because this could also apply for working Virgos, but I wanted to get a non-working Virgo a message here too, that any of you Virgos that are not working or whatever are going to be telling I get that you've had it with family members, any family members putting you on some kind of merry-go-round. I feel like you've been dealing with some family member or members that have put you on some kind of weird emotional merry-go-round. And I feel that you're going to get off of it. You're not going to ride the merry-go-round with them anymore. You may actually discontinue talking to them or dealing with them for a little while. I'm not saying this is going to be an extended thing, but I do feel some of you are going to be like, either you're like, I've got to cut myself off from them, or I just need to take a break from them. It doesn't mean forever. For some of you it may be, but I feel like you've had it with the emotional merry-go-round ride that they've put you on. So the next card here in your layout today, Virgo, you have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a card to me that symbolizes your highest spirit guide showing up to give you a message. This card can also indicate if there are secrets that are hidden, like hidden unknown facts and secrets. I hear you Virgos really don't need to worry and stress too much anymore going forward. I feel like your dark times are kind of behind you, because I'm hearing like things are going to now start to fall into place for you. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but I feel many of you Virgos are going to be getting ready to move. I feel many of you are going to feel like you want to sweep the boards clean of the past, and you're going to be very involved in talking to new people and creating new situations in your life. So not only do I feel that some of you are going to be shutting the door on love relationship that you're done with and had it with, family members that are putting you on a merry-go-round, you may be even, and like the job, listen to how many people you're ready to blow off, Virgo. If I had to title your reading, I'd say it's blowing people off and see ya. That's what I get for you. It's so weird. I'm sorry if that sounds ridiculous, but it is what I'm getting. I do feel that many of you Virgos are really, they said, clearing the boards of people and situations. I feel like that's what's happening for July and maybe even going into August. There's also a real sense of duty and responsibility that I pick up going on here, Virgo. And I see that you want people to see you and respect you for the individual that you are, and not treat you like you're some piece of chattel, or, you know, have no value, or like you're worthless, or you like shove you off, or not take your opinion into consideration, or push your thoughts and feelings and emotions aside. I feel some of you Virgos have had some people that are doing that to you. or have done it to you in the recent past, or maybe even going back for a few years. But I feel like your boiling point has happened or is happening now, where you're like, okay, I'm not doing this. I need a new game to play. And that one's old, and I'm not doing it anymore. I feel some of you Virgos are going to be stepping into a leadership role. It could be in the limelight. You could be in the limelight, but I feel like you're going to be put in a leadership role or in charge of something, a division, a group, a business, a plan. It could be being in charge of, you could be get put in charge of like somebody's estate. You could be an executor. You could be a power of attorney. You could be put in front at your job as team leader, or as a certain project that's getting developed. They could make you the lead man, lead woman of that project or plan. So you got some leadership roles coming up here, Virgo, in this reading. And the last card you have of the tarot portion of your reading today, Virgo, you have the Sun. And the Sun is a card to me that symbolizes returning to the joys and exuberance and happiness of childhood. It also can indicate success in material gain. Success and material gain. So let me listen to why the Sun showed up for you for this July reading. I feel many of you Virgos are really determined to get something going here. You're tired of anything stalling. If you feel like anything's stalled in your life, if you're one of the Virgos that, like, if you felt like the plan to get your house built or to move was stopped or stalled, I feel like you're ready to get on with it. Anything in your life. If you've been single and you want to date and you're like, okay, new person, come in because I'm tired of waiting. I feel like you're going to either get on dating sites or start putting yourself out there, or start, going out to meet, at meetup groups or clubs or whatever. Whatever it is that's been stopped or stalled in your life, I feel like you're going to get on the train of getting it going and moving. And I do feel that many of you Virgos now have the idea, the thought, the plan, the project in your mind. Now you know where you want your life to go. Now you know the path you want it to take. So I feel like this was half the battle, because I feel like you knew bits and pieces of what you wanted to do. Like, yeah, I think I'd like to do this and I think I'd like to do that, but you were confused about some other areas. I feel like it's all crystal clear to you now. And this is a key ingredient for you to have the life that you want, and for your life to go in the way you want. I don't feel like you were totally, fully clear, crystal clear in your mind with a plan of how you wanted it to go. There is a great deal of unhappiness, however, circling around you with family members. I do feel like you have some weird peripheral family stuff where some people are not happy in your family. I do feel that. You may be asked to attend a dinner or a special event, and you may even be the guest of honor. You may be getting roasted by some coworkers or family or friends, but you could also just be the guest of honor or just attending something very important. I feel like it's a big deal. I don't feel like it's some ho-hum, like, any old invite. There's something special about this. I feel many of you Virgos are really very progressive thinkers, and I'm hearing that some of you are ready to take yourself out into the community and do some volunteering or self-help, or offering some of your services to the public for free. Something that you know how to do and you're good at, and you can offer some services to free. If you're a therapist or a counselor, maybe you're going to start counseling some youth groups for free. Or if you're good at auto mechanic and auto body painting, maybe you're going to go to some place where you can teach young people how to do this on the side, not like a professional teaching job where that's what you're doing day in, day out, but offering a service to others of what you know how to do to the community for free to help. I feel like you're going to be donating, some of you are going to be donating your time and efforts and help. You could be doing it also through church groups and civic associations and groups that there are in your community. You could also do it that way. So that was the end of your tarot portion of the reading. Now I want to look into the crystal for you for July 2015. I hear there's always something going on in your mind, Virgo, and I feel like your mind never rests. I feel you have a great deal of stress going on inside you and around you, and I feel that this is because of your family or some family situations that I feel have put you on tenterhooks. I feel many of you Virgos do not want to be the center of gossip, and I feel you have tried to keep yourself out off the radar or low key. And I don't feel like it always works. For some reason, I feel like you always keep getting sucked back in. So that's unfortunate because I know you don't want that. You want to avoid it. For any of you Virgos that have been struggling financially, I do feel in the month of December, there'll be an increase for you with your finances if you've been one of the financially struggling Virgos. And I do feel many of you Virgos are going to get the opportunity to dig your heels in deep into something that you're really interested in. And this could be in a work-related sense that pays off for you, or it's just something that you're really, really interested in that's fascinating to you. And whatever this is, there's opportunities that are going to offshoot and come from this. For any of you that have a Siberian Husky, just know the Siberian Husky showed up in the crystal. Just a little face of one. Again, I do get that you're going to get a marriage or some kind of partnership going. It is coming up in the crystal. Even though you did not have a love card here in your layout, they do want you to know that. So there was a heart, a little heart in there. And when I saw the heart, that's what they said to me. So you do have a romantic partnership or love coming to you. It's showing up here in the crystal. If you're a married Virgo, I feel that you're going to trust someone in your family, you're going to be trusting someone with information or somebody that's going to come help you with something in your family. There may be somebody in your family that's going to require some kind of surgery, and you may be trusting a doctor or some opinions about what's going on about this person. So if you're a married Virgo and your spouse needs some kind of operation or has something wrong with them, I feel like medically that has come up. I feel that you're going to be talking to and trusting somebody's opinion or advice that's going to come in here and help you with that. So for some of you, it's surgery. For some of you, it's just some other kind of advice but you're going to be trusting this person, and it's not about you, Virgo. It's about your mate or your spouse. So, but I don't see it turning out badly. This is going to help you. So trusting this person is wise. I do feel a lot of medical and doctor-related things around it. So I hope this reading helped you, and I certainly hope it made sense. I want to say thank you so much for liking and sharing and watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do appreciate that. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. That way you'll get notified whenever I post any of my videos and any new things that are coming up on my channel. Also, please be sure to follow me on Facebook because I do post things there daily you're not going to be able to see here on YouTube. And I also would like you to follow me on Twitter because I do occasionally post tweets there. So I hope that you have an absolutely amazing month of July, Virgo, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.